Hey guys, my name is Ramsey. Welcome to the Rajathon YouTube channel, and I am really excited to share a book with you. It's a standalone sci-fi, sort of kind of steampunky because of things in the book that I can't tell you because it'd be a spoiler. But we have airships, and I love airships in any kind of book. So I am talking about Terminal World by Alastair Reynolds. Right, Alastair. I'm going Alastair Reynolds. Um, I heard so much good stuff about his sci-fi books, and I've heard he's a dynamic sci-fi author, and really wanted to get into it. And I thought a standalone book would be the easiest way to get into Alastair Reynolds. So we are thrown immediately into this dying world where they call it Earth, but it's not like our Earth. And the only real city left is Spearpoint. And Spearpoint is this tower of immeasurable height with these zones on it. Kind of give you if you look at the book there. On the outside of the tower, going up circularly, there are different towers. Starting at the bottom, you have Horsetown, then you have Steamville, then you have Neon Heights, you have Circuit City, and the celestial levels where the angels live. And these zones, different technology works. So down at Horsetown, basically the only thing that works is stuff that's attached to meat, like horses, water wheels, things like that. You go up to Steamville, obviously it's all steam powered. And then you go up to Neon Heights, it's about where we are right now. You go up to Circuit City, it's very computer tech based. And then the celestial levels, they've gone way beyond what we can do. This is thousands of years, possibly in our future, maybe in a different future. It's never really stated. We're not really sure exactly what planet we're on, but it's clearly different from us, the way they talk about the gravity and things like that. And I've got a spoiler if you want to hang on to the very end. There's an overarching storyline that all the way through the book you're really curious about. You're putting the pieces together like a really good puzzle. And if you've read it, stay for that last part. If you haven't, I'm going to tell you to get off, but not yet. And man, we had great characters. Main character is Quillon, and he's been hiding in Neon Heights for 9 years. He was originally from the celestial levels, came down as a spy, and his world is rocked when an angel falls and gives him a message that says you have to run. Your life's in danger. You got to get out of here. And so he then goes to a friend of his and is hooked up with Maruka, who is a transporter. So she gets people out of Spearpoint. That's her job. She gets people out, takes them to the two little zones that are outside, kind of like little villages. You have Fortune's Landing and Soul's Rest. Fortune's Landing's closer, so that's where they're going, and they're going to leave Spearpoint because his life is in danger. Man, right away you're thrown into the action, and then we meet all these creatures out there in the wide world. Once you leave Spearpoint, you got technomancers, you got skullboys, you got the swarm, you got carnivores, and they're all out to get you. And then the zones where the technology works shift, and so they're going through this time where your body has a hard time transferring through these zones, and these zones are how technology works. So if you go to a lower zone, that technology is not going to work. You have to take special drugs to get your body like in depth and into it. And Quillon is a doctor, so he's able to help the people around him navigate these zones and take the right amount of medication to not get the zone sickness that could kill you as you travel between zones. I kind of imagine it as above ground diving, where if you too quickly move out of a depth, you can get the bends and die. That's kind of what zones felt like. Like if you don't take the right drugs and you go through that zone, it could kill you. The side characters you meet are awesome. You've got Maroka, you've got Callus and her daughter Nimcha. They're really important to the story. You've got Rakasso and his goddaughter, Cortana. And then you've got the horrible Commander Spartha. And he's the kind of character you want to hate, and you do hate him, but he's smart, and he plays his role perfectly. Um, yeah, and so Quillon is a doctor, and he's trying to. He was a former angel, so they've cut off his wings, and he's trying to hide who he is, but he looks like a bird, kind of like the Vulture in the old Spider-Man comics is what they kind of described him as. But he had like a really deep voice and super blue eyes that normal humans don't have. And so he's trying to hide from everybody around him all these things that are going on. And I mean, I had such a fun time with this book. I spent like 3 days with headphones on, just doing my work, working on elevators. Any chance I got, I had headphones on. I was listening to this book. It was great. I picked it up at the library. This is a library copy, and then they also had the audiobook. So I was hoping there was a map in here, but there's not. You don't get a map of the world. You don't get a map of the levels of Spearpoint. You don't get any of that, which I wish you did. But I think Alastair Reynolds kind of said in a interview that he initially planned on this being a series, and ended up just saying no, it's going to be a standalone, and he's got no plans on making it into a series. It ends on kind of a cliffhanger, so I could see where it would have been a series, how it would have very easily transitioned into that. But it ends well enough. You know how a lot of really good books, you could end with the first book and you're still satisfied. This is definitely that type of scenario. Super, super satisfying. And I really, really enjoyed it. I picked it up from the library, kind of busted my TBR. Also picked up The Foundation by Isaac Asimov. They had that at the library. Like all my library holds kind of came in at the same time. And I was looking through the library again and got a bunch of other ones. I also picked up this one because of the cover. Morte. Ants become sentient and get all the other creatures a drug that helps them fight against the evil humans and overthrow them. But Mort is trying to find his best friend, who is a border collie dog, and he goes through and searches through the world trying to find his best friend. And then my son has been reading the Edge Chronicles, Beyond the Deep Woods. This guy was raised by trolls, I believe, or bears or something, and he enjoyed the first book, so he picked up the second book, and I was going to go ahead and try to read him with him. This one is Storm Chaser, but looks like he's kind of like a pirate. But I wanted to read these. These are middle grade, and I'll probably blow through them real quickly. But yeah, totally killed my TBR because I went to the library and was like, ooh, books. But okay, ready for the spoiler? I'm going to go ahead. If you are heading out, please remember to subscribe if you can. I also have a Twitter and a Goodreads. I'd love to talk with you guys on that. And I'm going to go into the spoiler at the end. This is for the people that have read the book and have the same idea on the theory that I did. I went and Googled it and looked it all up, and it was really, really cool.
You can Google it. It's worth a Google.
All through the book, I was wondering what planet we're on. What's going on here? It appeared to be Mars. They talk about the three daughters, I believe. The daughters, which are three mountains on Mars. I'm going to show you a picture right here on the Mars topography. And they talk about Fortune's Landing and Soul's Rest, and they were founded by the king's two sons, which were Opportunity and Spirit, which are the Mars rover. And then they talk about the years, how people used to live twice as long. Well, Earth years are 365 days. Mars years are 687 days. And they talked about back when the moon split, and now there's two moons on their planet. They talked about at one point, if you remember on Spearpoint 2, where they had that museum, and it sounded like astronauts in like a museum where they were like, hey, these are the people that were the first people on Mars before they terraformed Mars, and the way the spear points work, where they shoot they were shooting a rocket down into the center of the Earth and somehow using it to get to Earth, and they talked about it being the Earth Gate. And how they were hoping the Earth didn't get hurt there at the end. So I was convinced by the end that it was Mars, and then I Googled it, and Alastair Reynolds actually confirms that it is Mars, and that was really, really cool. That detective story that we don't actually get the answer in the book, but all the steps are there for you. So really, really cool. That's it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.